Are you connected to the Salme Ships Vikings by DNA? Here is how to find out. Have you ever wondered if you are connected to the Salme Ships Vikings, the ancient warriors found in Estonia? The Salme ships are two clinker-built ships of Scandinavian origin, discovered in 2008 and 2010 near the village of Salme on the island of Saaremaa, Estonia. Both ships were used for ship burials here around 700-750 AD in the Nordic Iron Age, and contain the remains of 41 warriors killed in a battle, as well as 6 dogs, 2 hunting hogs, and numerous weapons and the other artifacts, including game pieces. The recent Viking DNA study that examined 442 ancient individuals has significantly altered our understanding of Viking ancestry. It revealed a remarkable genetic diversity, debunking the stereotype of Vikings as a homogeneous group from Scandinavia. Interestingly, the data indicated that Viking identity was less about ethnic origins and more about shared culture, with genetic contributions from Southern Europe and Asia within Viking communities. This reflects a nuanced view of Viking society as inclusive and diverse. The study's impact extends to the present day as it traces a Viking genetic legacy across Europe, particularly in Britain and Ireland, highlighting the extensive interactions between Vikings and other populations. Additionally, the genetic mapping has provided insights into the migration pattern of Vikings, deepening our grasp of their influence on the European genetic landscape. For many, this research makes historical narrative personal, suggesting a direct lineage to the adventurous Vikings. If you would like to learn more about the study, please use QR codes provided to the overall study, as well as DNA data used within the ENA European Nucleotide Archive. Using the data from the 442 Viking study, 23andMe company launched a new ancestral DNA mapping feature on March 19th, 2024. This innovative tool offers users the ability to connect their DNA with unique historical figures, from Vikings to renowned composers like Beethoven. Once you log into the website, look for the Meet Your Historical Matches box. Please note, as of April 8th, 2024, this feature may not be available in Europe. If you are in the US, you must have a premium subscription to access it. Please note, this project is not affiliated with 23andMe. Once you're on the website, you can click on the Vikings age and read about the Vikings. It is a very interesting read, which can provide you more information in general about who the Vikings were and what they've been up to. When you click on the All Profiles in this group on the website, you will see all matches to the Vikings. Salme Ship Vikings are mapped to Estonia, 700 CE, 800 CE. There are more Vikings you can possibly be matched as well. If you're a match, it will say yes. If it is not a match, it will say no. As per Wikipedia, skeletal remains from at least 42 people were discovered in the two ships. Most of them belonged to 30-40-year-old men who had been killed in a battle. Isotope analysis of some of the teeth combined with the design of the buried artifacts suggests that the men came from central Sweden. The smaller ship contained the skeletal remains of 7 people, and there were at least 36 buried in 4 layers in the large ship. Analysis of haplogroup testing identified the people as having the Y chromosome haplogroup R1A1A1B, N1A1A1A1A1A1A, I1M253, and mitochondrial DNA haplogroup T2B5A, V, J2A1A1A2, H10E, K1C1H, W6A, and U3B1B. The DNA analysis done by the scientists showed that 4 of the men were brothers, and they were related to the 5th man, perhaps an uncle. As you can see from this data set, the modern individual is related to 4 people on the Salme ships. Perhaps you have a family there as well. You can click on the Viking number to find out more about the history of the individual. Let's learn more about Vendel period seafaring warrior Viking 507. Viking 507 was buried on the first of the two ships at Salme. Through DNA analysis, he was identified as genetically male, as were all of the other individuals from this site whose DNA was studied. Historians hypothesize that the Salme ships were used to bury warrior seafarers who died during an armed conflict in the 8th century. The Salme individuals were buried with a rich assortment of grave goods, including highly decorated swords, arrowheads, and shields with iron bosses. Based on the weapons and other artifacts found among the ship burial, archaeologists dated the burials to the late Vendel period, a period in Swedish prehistory named after another famous ship burial in Vendel, Sweden. Fair warning, the percentage you are related to the Viking is small, but it still exists. If you got 50% match, it means it is your father and you are technically immortal, but for the rest of us, the number will be very small. However, based on the 23andMe customers' data, at least 4% share this ancestor. The number depends on how 23andMe calculates its customer data. If they count only paying customers, that's at least 25,000 people. If everyone with an active subscription, the number can grow up to 500,000. If you have one or more distant relatives as identified by 23andMe or other DNA matching services, please fill this form regarding possible reburial of Salme Ships Vikings. If you have 4 or 5 relatives on the ships, please send a note. The story goes you might be related to some people described in sagas. With that, let's send our Vikings to Valhalla. Thank you for watching this video. Please spread the word. Please share. More episodes about saga of the Vikings in the 21st century is coming soon. Bye-bye.